Well, it is wintertime here in Southwest Missouri, but we got a decent day here. It's not too cold, so it's a perfect day to get some outdoor chores done, and that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Hey guys, welcome back to another Slightly Red Negative video. Again, my name's Chris, and if you're not familiar with this channel, I help you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. Today I'm doing something different though. I'm gonna be working on some outside chores. It's wintertime here, but we got a pretty nice day out. The sun's shining, sky is clear, there's not a whole lot of wind. It's cool, but it's not cold, so that means it's great chainsaw weather. And that's one of the main things I'm gonna do today is I gotta take this tree out over here. It's just getting a little bit too big. See if you can see that. I can't see the screen to tell where I think you can see it. Anyway, we'll get to it here in a minute. There's a tree right over here. Now, I've got a ton of trees around here, and I probably could stand to take a few of them out, but I kind of like leaving those back in the back. They create kind of a natural fence in the summertime. Right now, you can see right through them, but in the summertime, when the leaves are on and it's all grown up, you can't really see through there. So it creates a little bit of a natural fence between, my property and that property back there, which is just, there's no houses or anything, but still people use it as walking trails and those things. And I kind of like to have that little bit of dense cover there, just kind of, block it all off. And, less people see the things around here, the less likely somebody's going to want to come over and, try to break into my shed or steal something or whatever, who knows. Not a big problem with that, but just in case. But this one tree right here, and again, if you can't see it, we'll get to it here in a second. I can't tell. Sun's shining in my eyes and I can't see the screen on the camera to tell if it's in frame or not. But anyway, this one tree it's out in the yard a little bit and it's getting a little bit big. So I want to take it down before it gets too much bigger, and it is good chainsaw weather. Before I do that though, we've got a big brush pile right here, and that's my brush pile that I collect all my brush in. It's getting a little bit pretty good size. I live in city. I'm allowed to burn brush in the city with a permit, but it can't be a great big brush pile, and that's about as big as I'm allowed to get away with. So I need to go ahead and get this thing burned today too, since it's a good day for burning. It's allowed today. So I'm gonna work on that first, getting that thing, at least get it started, because when it starts up, it's gonna be a big fire. It's gonna need to be watched for a few minutes until it burns down and gets under control. And then I can move on to cutting the tree down, because I gotta be out here anyway to watch the fire. So I think I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. So that's what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna work on getting this brush pile started up and getting it burned down. I don't know, I'll let you guys watch. It's not too exciting, but I'll try not to burn up too much excess film just watching me burn a pile of brush. Like I said, I gotta burn this pile of brush here. Nothing too exciting about this. I've got some dryer lint. I save up dryer lint whenever empty the dryer lint catcher. I just save it up and use it for fire starter. So I'm gonna put some of that down in here, see if I can't get some of this dead stuff underneath here to catch pretty easily. And then we'll just feed that as I go, get the fire going. I could get the weed torch out, but I don't think I'll need it. I think that's gonna do just fine. Dryer lint's a pretty good, pretty flammable stuff. Here we got fire going anyway. If I can just keep it going long enough to catch everything else on fire. Some of this wood's not very dry, so it may take a little bit to get it going. That may not be enough. I may actually have to build a proper fire to do it. I do have a big 5-gallon bucket of water out here in case it gets out of control, but I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it. Let's throw some of this dead grass in here. Come on, burn. Had a lot of rain lately, so like I said, it's not quite as dry as it should be. All right, well, I've never had so many problems building a fire. I got it smoldering, but it's not really burning, so I'm going to resort to what I should have done to begin with. Get the flame torch out here, and then we'll get it going now. Maybe it's just too wet to burn brush today. If that doesn't get it going, I'm not going to get it going. We got a delivery man at the front door. You might be able to hear the dog barking in the background. He thinks he's protecting the property, I guess. Max, that's enough. Good boy. Good boy. Certainly not working out like I expected to. I mean, even with the weed torch here, propane torch going on it, I just can't get it going. I guess it's just too wet. We've just had too much rain. You know, I could probably throw some diesel fuel on it or something like that, get it going, but I'm not gonna mess with that. If it doesn't get burning, I'm gonna go ahead and work on cutting that tree down, keep an eye on it. If it doesn't get burning, then it's not gonna burn today. I'll burn it tomorrow, the next day. Probably not tomorrow. Next day, next weekend, something like that. But sure looked like a good day to burn. I just can't get the brush pile lit. So anyway, let's move on. Let's get this tree cut down. Maybe, I'm not an expert tree cutter, so what do you call that, an arborist or something like that? So we'll walk through my plan. You guys may be able to see, I don't know, who knows. We'll see if it works out well or not. All right, so this is the tree I'm gonna take out. I mean, it's not a huge tree, but it's big enough, it needs to come out now. I'm gonna try to drop it that way. There's a little bit of brush and trees and things that may be bouncing off all that stuff, but that'll be okay. That won't be that big of a deal. I've got fruit trees and things over here on this side. I don't want it to fall this way on those. So I'm gonna try to drop it that way. We'll see if I can lay it right between those two, well, all this stuff going down here. May get hung up in those trees up there, and if it does, then, well, that'll be a chore, but we'll figure it out. First things first, I gotta make sure my chainsaw start. Haven't started it up in a while. All right, we'll see how well this goes, if it starts up or not. Lost my chain already. Try this again. Chainsaw's always a little temperamental when it first starts up. Stay. Oh, come on. geez, come on. Well, it didn't work out the way I planned to. Couldn't get the chainsaw running. Couldn't keep it running anyway. Got it running well enough to cut a couple of the low-lying branches off, but I just could not keep that thing running. You guys probably got to see a little bit of that, but boy, I fought that thing for a long time. Wore myself out just trying to start the thing and keep it running. Just can't get it going. So I guess I'm not cutting down a tree today either. But that's okay. There's always plenty of chores to do around the house. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go ahead and get the quail hutches cleaned out. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. And repair shop's not open today to take the chainsaw and drop it off. I'm sure it just probably needs carburetor cleaned out. It's been a while since I've used it and since I've started it up. So probably just needs, you know, carb clean, new carbs, something like that. So I'll take it, get it, drop it off, get it repaired. And I could probably do it myself, honestly. I just don't have the time. So I'll pay somebody to do that. But anyway, so I'm gonna clean out the quail hutches. If you guys have never seen me do this, I'm gonna clean out inside, I'm gonna clean out under the quail hutch. Max, gather, leave it, go. Dog loves to get into the quail poop. Here's what I use for that. I just use a screen. That's all it is, just a window screen I picked up at the hardware store. And it works pretty well. Why don't you guys get out? Go on, go on. No, go on. There you go. I can just scoop it up and kind of sift out the sand and then dump the manure in here, and I'm left with clean sand inside the quail hutch. So that's pretty convenient, works pretty well. Not too hard to do, pretty easy, honestly. But honestly, this was past due. I needed to get this done anyway. It's probably a good thing chainsaw did not start up. All right. That's clean enough. Doesn't have to be sparkling clean, but got the majority of it out of there. So now, underneath the hutch. And that's just a good old-fashioned shovel. I don't need these gloves on to do that. Well, that's good enough for that. Got a wheelbarrow full. Take it and dump it in the compost bin. You know, it's probably good. The chainsaw broke down. This is probably an easier job, honestly. Needed to be done. The tree can wait. Brush pile can wait. It's not that urgent for those things. And I won't have to do this again probably until next fall, because in the summertime I always get black soldier flies that move in, lay their eggs in here, and I got the black soldier fly larvae, and they do a good job of keeping this stuff under control. So it won't build up like this during the summer. It's in the winter and the fall that I usually have to clean it out. I'll have to clean out inside the hutches again, but I won't have to clean out from underneath them again. Well, still got the one other quail hutch to clean out, but you guys don't need to watch me do that. Like I said, sometimes things just don't work out the way you plan on them. You know, I had planned on burning a brush pile and cutting a tree down today. Instead, I ended up cleaning out quail hutches. But, you know, you got to take advantage of the time that you got, make it productive. So that's what I did. And like I said, at least I got something done. This is something that needed to be done and probably wouldn't have got done this weekend had it not been for the chainsaw not working or any of those kinds of things. So who knows, maybe it's for the best. So always look at the bright side of things. Don't let those things frustrate you. It's easy to get down on you know, it's not working the way I want it to, getting all upset, getting frustrated. Take a deep breath, walk back, step back from it, relax for a little while, find something else to work on. It's not gonna be the end of the world, it's okay. It's not that big a deal. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. A little unorganized this weekend. It's one of those weekends where just nothing seems to be working the way I want it to, but oh well, it is the way life goes sometimes. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.